Hello students. Now we are going to discuss second part of beautiful research phrases. Debate. Dash has fostered debate on colonialism or on any topic. This is a beautiful expression, foster debate. There has been an inconclusive debate about weather. Inconclusive debate means we cannot say vociferously that we want to take that side. The question of whether Dash has caused much debate in this domain. Much of the current debate revolves around. So, in discussion section, you should use these phrases. While you are discussing, again, you can use such type of phrases. In this section, the discussion will point to the foregoing discussion. Foregoing mean continuous discussion implies that. Implies mean its hidden meaning is. It indicates. For the sake of discussion, I would like to argue that. In this study, the question under discussion is. In this paper, the discussion center zone. This is also a good expression. Dash lies at the heart of the discussion on. Here, heart mean center. Basically, these beautiful expressions make you the part of research community. And these phrases have been compiled from different journals. Evidence. Obviously, when we present data, we try to give some evidence to prove our claims. The available evidence seems to suggest that this evidence can be a table, this evidence can be a figure, or sometimes some archival data is present. On the basis of evidence currently available, it seems fair to suggest that. On the basis of evidence, you suggest something. There is overwhelming evidence corroborating the notion that. Corroborating means confirming. This is a good expression, good use of corroborating. Further evidence supports or against may lie in the findings. These results provide confirmatory evidence. Ground. I will now summarize the ground covered in this. Ground means you take some position. You take some key idea. That is your ground. On logical grounds, there is no compelling reason to argue that. Dash takes a middle ground position. Middle ground position means you do not tilt towards any certain position. You stay in the middle and you are discussing both sides. On these grounds, we can argue that Dash's views are grounded on the assumption that issue. I have discussed earlier that every research has some problems, some issues. This study is an attempt to address the issue of. In the present study, the issue under scrutiny is the issue of whether Dash is clouded by the fact. Clouded means faded. To portray the issue in Dash terms, given the centrality of the issue to Dash, centrality of this issue is a good expression. This chapter is concerned with the issue of literature is prominent in the literature on. There is a rapidly growing literature on Dash which indicates that. Now COVID has spread all over the world and literature has been generated on COVID medicines as well as in newspapers and in many other websites. So we can say there is a rapidly growing literature on COVID. The literature shows no consensus on. The current literature on Dash abounds with examples. Abounds mean full of, replete of. There are so many examples. Premise. Premise mean foundation. The main theoretical premise behind is that X and Y share an important premise. Premise mean foundation. Every idea, every theory is built on some premise. Dash is premised on the assumption that the basic premises of Dash theory or arguments are the arguments against Dash premise rest on four assumptions. Then you will discuss those four assumptions. Research. This study draws on research conducted by, although there has been relatively little research on, in the last Dash years, Dash research has provided ample support for the assertion that after COVID, different distance learning tools have been introduced like Zoom, Google Meet, Teams. The current research appears to validate the view. This is also good while you want to show the validation. Research on or into does not support the view. Further research in this area may include, here while you are writing recommendations, you will use this sentence. Evidence for Dash is borne out by research that shows there is insufficient research on to draw any firm conclusion. View. The consensus view seems to be that Dash propounds the view that view means you are going to present your ideas. Basically, there is a newness in your research. After analyzing data, you want to posit some particular views. So you should be open to share your views through your research. The current research appears or does not appear to validate such a view. Validation parameters, this term is used. That every research must be reliable and valid. Reliability and validity is discussed with the help of views. There have been dissenters to the view that dissenters mean who disagree. Obviously, in research, nothing is ultimate. There are some people who disagree those ideas. The answer to Dash, the difference between Dash and Dash is not clear cut, as popular views might suggest. The view that is in line with. In line mean it is in harmony with other ideas. I'm not alone in my view that. Dash puts forward the view that. Dash views rest on the assumption that. Okay, so these were the 18 different sets of comments or phrases. You must inculcate these phrases in your thesis, and if you inculcate almost 2 or 3 phrases in one page, I hope your research will be polished. You would be considered the part of academic community, and your linguistic expressions will be beautiful, and reader will derive pleasure after reading your research. Thank you so much.